Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another beautiful day here in Sweden. It's kind of beautiful, it's raining today, but who cares? It's beautiful anyway. So, today there's a lot of thoughts and a lot of things that are coming together, and recently there has been a topic that is running like a red thread throughout almost every post on the esoteric pages, and that has to do with co-creation. That is nothing new for you guys, because we have been talking about this for a long time, that we are co-creating into a new reality, and that you are responsible for how you are putting out your thoughts into the etheric realm. And today there is a lot of more direct information about this co-creation. It's almost like you are supposed to be there right now, taking responsible for what you are putting out there. And for those who are not taking responsibility or are in the present mood to start to co-create their own reality, there is another path, and this is the shift that so many of us has talked about before, that there's going to be a split, and the choice here is how you want to present the new world. Do you want to be a part of a world that you as an individual are working together with other people, other light beings in higher dimension or a higher frequency, and that frequency is only available to you or are available to you, but you have to drop into your heart. You have to have, of course, a mind of your own. You need to be focused and need to be centered, because a lot of a creation happens here. You have to see it before you. You have to be a part of the creation thought, to be there, but you also have to drop down into your heart space. And when you are dropping down into your heart space, you can start to feel the emotion, you feel the visualization of what you are doing, and that is when the real magic is happening. That is when the co-creation is starting. And of course, it's just not to go out there and start co-creating, and yet there is. You can start co-creating immediately if you want to, but we are also following some universal laws, like law of the attraction. Of course, you have to hold a vision and feel a vision, but there is also other laws of free will. That is the main law, free will. So when you start to co-create a life of your own, where your mind is set on a special person that you want to have in your life, who may not be interested in you, then you are breaking that free will of another person. It's your will, but it's not the other person's will. And someone asked me a long time ago, when I worked in a esoteric shop. There were some youngsters there who wanted me to do a love spell, because they have fallen in love with some boys in school, and they wanted me to make a love spell or a potion, love potion, so the person that she was interested in would wake up one day and be madly in love with her, and that was her vision and her creation. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And she got a bit itchy about it, like, why? And I said, how would you like to wake up in a couple of weeks and realize that the vision or illusion of being in love with someone that you are not in love within from the heart is based upon, or the love attraction that you felt is based upon a spell, that someone has made you fall in love with someone that you are actually not in love with. And she was quiet for a bit, and she said, "No, I don't want that. I do want to choose by myself." And that's the same thing here. As a co-creator, you are responsible for what you are thinking, right? So you can't go out and decide your neighbor's apartment or house or your friend's boyfriend or girlfriend or things like that. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But to interfere with free will, that's a totally other choice. And you're mature enough to realize the difference between that. So I'm going to drop it there. But co-creation, absolutely. So if you're thinking about this, if you are moving around with light beings that doesn't have this physical body like we do, they are creating and taking a creation is also to move yourself from time and space. So if they are moving from their dimension, from their place into your space, they have used that mind force, the manifestation of being there with you. So they are within you, not within you, but they are with you in your house maybe. And imagine that you are going into their home and you see these gorgeous light beings and you get a bit excited about being there, and you're feeling so much love inside of you, and you start pouring that out. And for some, when you start connecting with other people, the beings of light might start into getting a shape that you can see, and maybe it's not the shape that you wanted to see. There could be something that you would have never before imagined, and when you are imagining or seeing the being changing into something that you haven't imagined it to be, could be scary. So then you start to feel a lot of anger or rejection impulse, etc., and start to feel about a lot of negativity about this being. And that could be a high vibrated light being who actually is representing higher dimension of love, and you are there and just feeling a lot of negativity. It could also be the other way around, that you see something that you like and you start to feel attracted to it, and you start to to just step into your heart's desire and your mind's desire, starting to create a daydream about that light being, and suddenly we have drawn that light being into our drama, into our minds, and they may not respond to that. So you have to be like, it's easier to talk about those emotions because people will usually have a better feeling and connection about how it is to be attracted to someone than rather to be responsible for what we are putting out there. So put it in contrast to each other, that you actually need to be in charge of what you are thinking, you need to be in charge of what you are feeling, and respect the free will, both for yourself but mainly also for others. There will be consequences otherwise. The law of attraction is that if you are creating something and a thought, to start with a thought, you are attracting that vibration. So be careful what you are attracting or what you are thinking. So this is very special times actually. I know there's a lot of people who says, no, I don't believe that, or it's not just a mental state to be in. And of course there is. Everything comes from ancient wisdom, and everything is out there already. And of course it is a mental process. You have to be there. But if you are looking at a sportsman who are visualizing the goal when he's running and how he's entering the finish line first and receive medals, etc., that is a part of it. But you also have to be there both physically and mentally. And you actually need to be there in a lot of ways. So the sportsman's thinking, the mental state, is have its origin from somewhere else, and you can call it whatever you want to, because it's way back then and we are here right now. So in this time where the creation is starting to be a process of your own, well, you should know that nothing is just switching to be. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and feel like you have stepped into a higher dimension and you can go out and co-create a car and drive off to something that you want to drive off to. And if you can, you probably won't be here listening to this, but for most of people, it will take some time. But the key thing is to keep that in mind, to be there present in that thought and not giving up on the visualization and the feeling about it. And this is the new reality for us to be in. And if I should use myself as an example, where I am located right now, this is a dream that I had to have my own place with a small garden. And for a couple of years ago, I felt like if we are not moving right now, we will never move. So I started to get into that thought of creating things that I wanted to have in my life, and a house was the main thing. And we had some expectations of how and where it should be, but mainly that's it. And repeatedly living in that dream, visualize how it would feel to be there, and going out and searching, just being out there looking for the perfect house. And we didn't have the economic to actually buy a house at that time. So this was a process that started, and it took almost a year for us, almost a year and a half actually, before we were there that we could start to actually go on house showings. And now, for a couple of years back, we are having this house together, and that's a dream come true actually. And I would just say that everything is possible. Maybe you can't have it exactly. You should go into details of what you want. It's actually very important that you know what you want, but maybe you can't exactly in a very small detail set time and form to it. You have to open up for the possibilities that it could be a slightly different adjustment to what you are wishing for or what you want to manifest in your life. And I also have done a lot of manifestations. I went online a couple of years ago, 1.5 years ago, and said that I want to be more live and do a lot of those interviews, being out there with this vision and the content of the esoteric information. And I am. And it feels so good, because Heart to Heart in Magnificent Time is a place where other people can come and talk about their life within the esoteric realms and what they are contributing with is in this time, and that feels so good. And I also have this Swedish page, and it's slowly start to work, but it's there, and I'm doing something that I really love to do, to be able to assist with spreading the information about other realms and other beings in the esoteric way, and that feels pretty amazing. So in all this co-creation that is taking place, you need to be a part of it too. You need to be in the center. Okay? So everyone is talking about it. I uploaded from Michael Love, and I thought like, yeah, well, this is the final one. We are also getting a live today within 2 hours with Nicole Stavros, and she is also creating her life at the moment, and I hope we will have time to talk about that, because that is so in time for how to be responsible of your own way of living, because mainly that is the choice that is all about, to do what you want to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm still working at as a care for elder people, and that is a choice I make because that makes me feel good, and I'm contributing to the society, and it keeps the balance between the grounding and the esoteric, realms of being up in my head and grounded in a physical body. So everyone has a choice to make how they want to live their life. For me, it's important to have a physical place, and to be more grounded and to be a service to everybody in a different, or in different ways. I shouldn't say a different way, because there's nothing different between about that. So this is a spontaneous talk, so I haven't put up a description of what I actually wanted to talk about. I just wanted to come live, and I draw this little card right now, flexibility, and that is it. You need to start to let go of the main 3D corns. Just open your eyes, your mind, and open up to the suggestion that there is something beyond this. And it's there for you to enter. So if you are diving into fear, you are automatically drawn into the lower dimensions, back into the 3D reality. And if you are looking at those fear-based feelings that may be holding you back, you have the choice to try to step over that, to actually move forward, to go beyond, to let go, to step out of your comfort zone. And that is really important today, because in the end of the day, who cares about any mistakes you have been doing, or if it didn't go exactly how you visualized it to be, because no one else knows what you want. You don't have to go around and tell everybody else what you want. You can actually just co-create within yourself. And remember, we are all esoteric beings. We come from the source. Everyone comes from the same source. So no one is here being more esoteric, no more spiritual than other people. We are all here and we are the same. You don't have to look in a way. Don't have to be born in some country that are better than others. And you just have to be who you are, be in your own light. And for those people who are drawn to you, or drawn to the energy of you and what you are giving out there, and the information you want to bring forth, they are meant to be there. And if they are not, well, they are going somewhere else, and that's totally fine. Remember, this is your time here on earth. You are not here to create someone else's happiness. You're actually here to create your own happiness. And being spiritual is not the same thing as being withdrawn materially or anything else. It's actually being here, being in life, experience everything around you. And to be spiritual doesn't mean you have to step back from anything that is material. This is 3D, and we are taking 3D up a notch. We are moving in with our physical bodies, so we are not leaving those behind. We are living in and moving towards a change where the physical body is actually moving with us, which means that a lot of the physical things are actually moving with us too. So you don't have to let go of any material stuff, but you can balance it. You can have a balance that it's okay to be both spiritual and live in the material world. As long as you don't do it with the wrong intention, you're not doing it based upon other people's free will, then it's totally fine. You can do whatever you want to do. So, before I was sitting here warming up a bit, thinking about a lot of stuff, and ending up here, I was drawing two cards. And one that came first is actually this one, Knight of Raphael, and the other was Epiphany. And this one, Knight of Raphael, it says romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective. And this is knight riding on the shining white horse with a lot of lights behind himself, and there's water, and there's earth, and there's birds, and he's going somewhere. And as you know, both colors and the water and sand are also representing things. So the text here is committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. And of course you can say like, wow, there's a new knight entering your life. Could be, who knows. But it also represents the concept of bringing something new in. It could actually be another form of relationship that is entering in, and that could actually be a new work, that you are letting go of these false flag, the illusion of not being ready to do this, or ready, worthy of proceeding forward within your own force and own power. So this is really a card that says, go for it. Go for it, because something new is entering your life, and that energy brings you the opportunity to move with it and move forward. And it's going to take you in with a happy relation within the new prospect that you are moving towards. So the other one is Epiphany, and that's Archangel Raziel, and it's almost looked like Merlin. I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah. A wizard. Very powerful card. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. And a couple of days ago we went live talking about, I don't know if you watched Magnificent Times with Cody Bryce and Johnny Womack. Will be on Saturday too. And Emma here will join us then. This is a beautiful message here, and we were talking about that, to go within ourselves, to listen to our own voice, because our own voice is the Creator's voice. And we think that we need to chase a lot of things outside in the other world, and you don't have to do that, because when you go inside, meditate or do a reflection, or just being within yourself, gardening, painting, anything creative, you are going in yourself and open up a channel that makes the force flow through you, the force of guidance, the force of the Creator, the force of your own higher spirit is called I Am Presence, and there will be guidance in there and strengthening and healing on how to move forward. So in these crazy times when you are supposed to do as much as you possibly can do when you're awake, and go out there and be present, yeah, you can do that, but find that special time for yourself. Take a pause, go within, meditate, Be for yourself, just be there, and just still your mind and let those thoughts drop into your heart so you can see clearly where you are headed and where you are guided to go. And this is what he's saying, that there's a whole beautiful world there, and sometimes those insights are getting through to you when you are centering yourself and actually start to shut out the world outside of yourself, like cord cutting or something. You're making your space, you're settling those boundaries to having your own space, dropping in and actually be there with yourself. So listen to your heart, listen to your mind, and combine those information that are coming to you. And use discernment, of course. If you're not used to listen, there will be maybe a whole other realms that want to drop in some information of any kind, but you need to learn to use that discernment. And as long as you don't hurt anyone else, as long as you are not encouraged to hurt someone else, then it's no big deal to take information that seems not coming from you. There is no one on the other side of working for a higher good that will actually make you or suggest that you are supposed to do anything that will reflect ill on someone else. So those are those cards, and this is a creative time. I will go live on the Swedish channel soon too, because we are putting together a marvelous piece of co-creation, and I'm not going to do this twice. So for you who are here and watching right now and do want to learn more about creation and how to be a co-creator, please tune in to Crystalline here on Facebook. Let's see if I have her. I can post her page in the comment field here, because she has this amazing upgraded version of how to manifest thing in a most beautiful way. It's so simply, really simple, but it's not the simplicity of doing it. That is also something to remember. Things should be simple. It's not meant to be so hard to do things, but the thing that may complicate it is your mind, because not staying tuned to what you are supposed to do. If you are setting up a goal that you want to meditate every day, and the usual day is actually there and making its draw attention to itself, like you should be doing this and you should be doing that, or I should meditate very soon, I should just go and do something else first, and then there is no time for getting into meditation. That is a trap that you are somewhere allowing. You are not taking responsibility to put yourself in the first room. And for a lot of women, especially a lot of women, it feels like you are not putting your own need, because that it makes you feel bad. You're not putting your own needs first. You are always attending to see like your family, your friends or animals or anything else has what they need before you step into yourself. And of course you have a responsibility to your family members and to your animals. I'm not saying that. Of course you have. But you also have a responsibility to yourself. So by taking a small time out every day to give to yourself is not a bad thing to do. It's actually responsibility towards yourself that has entered there. So for you who want to learn more about co-creation in this time and how to do it, go to Crystal Lynn Bell's page, Crystal Lynn Bell. She has also been here on Heart to Heart before, and she just put it together in a very beautiful and amazing way. She describes it perfectly. So go there. I think it was May 9 that she that she was going live on that. So you can scroll down her page to listen to it. I think it was about 30 minutes or something. She's a doll. She has a beautiful page. Go and visit her page and hey, be there. Be a co-creator in your own life. Take responsibility. And if you are up for it, tune in at 8 o'clock tonight and we will meet Nicole Stavros. Okie dokie. Have a beautiful life. Bye.